it's Gina here, ready for day 60 of the online dance movement. We're 60 today. It's a special occasion. 60 days old. Woo. Okay, let's get going. I'll just put some music on. This is, I don't know, is this pop? Something or other, reggae. It's boppy anyway. So let's sit up in our seats. Sit on your sit bones. Hi Ellie, how are you? Okay, sit up on your sit bones. Now, think about your head. Is it forward? If it is, slide it back. Allow the neck to be free. Allow the weight to go forward and up. Allow that back to lengthen. Allow it to widen. Now let the shoulders fall apart. Now Ellie, you're a dancer, so you'll get all of this. Now draw the scapulae down. Draw the scapulae down like they're globs of paint. The wing bones are globs of paint on a canvas, and gravity's getting them to slide down. They can't help but do that. Belly button to spine as you breathe out or sing a note. I got a radio mic in the post today. I got it on wish.com. I don't know whether it's going to be any good, but I haven't set it up yet. So next time I won't be shouting so much. And then allow the hips to release. Just let gravity allow that back to just melt. It's a fluff everywhere. All right, roll the shoulders. Up, down, up. This top's going to ride up. I know it's going to annoy me because I won't want a bit of stomach to poke out the bottom, will I? Change. One up, one down, one up, one down. Hi on Ella. Okay. All right. Now let's just go straight into some arms. Straight away for the upper body. There's bits of fluff flying around. I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe from my immaculate house. All right. Up. Backs of the hands together. Now, remember what I said about the shoulders falling apart? And forward, hands behind your back. And when you take them behind your back, do two positions, one here and one here, so that you changes the vertebrae, the movement in the vertebrae. And come up. Oh, this top is riding up. I knew it would. And like you're flying, draw the scapulae down, hands behind your back, because I'm running out of tops. I can't find any more tops. I'm doing different combinations. And I'm not going to be wearing anything skin tight for obvious reasons. So I have to find what looks okay. And this one is just interesting. Okay, so now we'll move on to the upper body. So I'll just get some music for this. Well, I'll do it in a second. I'll just wave to you. Hi, Marie. How are you? Okay, so we're up to the upper body. We're going to be doing some ribcage work. So the thing with the ribcage is it can get a bit stuck. And even for people who are singing, surprisingly. Now, I'm not teaching you breathing. I'm not doing that. We're just working the ribcage, which contains the lungs, respiratory muscles. Additional ones, ancillary ones. So let's just see if you can open out your ribcage to the side and then just bring it back in. If you can't do that by itself without using your breath, try breathing in and open your ribcage out to the side and then just let it come in. Be careful when you do this that you're not taking it up or doing anything strange with your shoulders. This is just to get your ribcage as though it is like a piano accordion, and you're just going to breathe in and let it open out to the sides, and then breathe out and let it come in. Don't over breathe and hyperventilate or anything, but this is how you get to open the ribcage. And what it does is it's pulling the ribs that are attached at each vertebral level. They're pulling on the vertebrae and massaging them in that way and oiling the joints and helping the mobility. So it's a really good thing to be able to do. So try not to let it get so that your rib cage gets stuck. If I can do it at my age, which is pretty old, in fact, yes, quite old, I think you'll be able to do it. So just put your hands there, open them up and in. Now, when we're sitting here, the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to use that movement. So when you open your rib cage out, see how it just automatically opens the arms. I'm not moving my arms by themselves. That's the rib cage. If you can't do it, don't panic, you can practice it. So that's the movement. We're going to go out. You don't need to use your breath, but if you want to, you can. But as I said, don't overbreathe. Out, in, and then we're going to just turn the rib cage, and the shoulders goes with it, and turn. Keep your head to the front. Turn, turn. Easy. Out, in, turn, 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 turn. So the out, in will be a bit slower. Beautiful. Okie doke. Farmer in the Dell. Now we're going to roll that rib cage. We'll get that part of the back really working, because a good test, you know, a lot of us get a bit rounded in that upper back, and maybe I'm not because I'm so short, but a lot of taller kids tend to sort of, you know, stoop forward, don't they, when they grow really tall, and they carry that into adulthood a lot of kids, into adults from being kids. So it's a really good idea to use your scapulae, draw them down. As I said in the beginning, in case you missed it, just imagine your wing bones, the scapulae, are like globs of paint that are wet, and your back is a canvas, and the paint is being drawn down, dropping down through gravity, because it just will. So just imagine your wing bones are globs of paint, and they're drawing down your back. Now, doing that movement will do so much for lengthening this upper back area. And the other part about it is, when you learn to draw your scapulae down, you're activating your core muscles for your shoulders. So your shoulders don't have to do the work. This is core for your shoulders. Drawing them together is a movement. And, you know, it's got its place, but when you're using core stabilization of the shoulders, you don't squeeze. It's, well, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, professional opinion, you won't be needing to squeeze them together, because that's a locking movement. We're drawing them down, so we're stabilizing. So the shoulder blades are held in place, not in some weird stuck position. All right, that's enough of that. We'll just roll the rib cage now, just to finish up on that. And then the other way, and we'll do that with a little bit of music. And then next we'll be moving on to the hips. So, Momo Do. I know that one. Cool. It's a bit cool, isn't it? What sort of chair are you sitting on? Make sure it's not too low. Make sure it's not too high. Your knees should be around about 90 degrees or a bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Shoulders falling apart. Where's your head? Slide your head back. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Now, really watch the head position, because you don't want your head, your neck to be supporting your head using these muscles. You want the back of the neck muscles to be working to hold your head in position. And that all helps, you know, with the whole upper body carriage. So when we do anything like this, we need to check the head, slide it back. Now you might feel like you're getting all these chins. If that's the case, it's just because you're not used to really lengthening this whole area. Once you get used to it, you won't have 17 chins. You won't. Maybe one or two. I'm only joking. All right, now we're going to go on to our hips. So we've done this before, where we're just moving one hip back, moving the other hip back. We use this movement when we do spirals. I've also started doing a movement that I really love, or a couple actually. So before we go into that, I think we might do, before we go to the hips actually, we're going to do the thoracolumbar stretch, because it's a really good one, because you've got all this fascia down your back and it can get really tight. So, you know, particularly if your ribs are tight, that'll probably be tight too. So let's do it. It's just palms up in front, coming around. Don't worry about anything else yet. And then when you can't go any further with your hands in that position, and don't lift your shoulders up, don't have your head forward, then you take the back arm, go as far as you can around to the back, and then come back and do it on the other side, and it's a piece of cake. Piece of cake. Oh yes, I do have some cake. I've got a feeling I don't really like this one so much. Oh, it'll do. really good one, isn't it? Can you feel that right into your lower back? I'll put some more music on. We might do a little bit more of that. Just sort of, you know, move your back a little bit. Roll your pelvis under and arch it a little bit, which we don't, when we're sitting on our sit bones, incidentally, we don't tuck our tail under. We don't roll back. We don't roll forward into an arch, but we do roll up onto our sit bones. And that, in that position, that's where you can achieve your neutral spine. So when you engage the belly button to spine, all the little muscles closest to the bones in that area, they activate, they actively hold the spine. And that brings your spine into its own neutral spine. So if you're arched, it actually has the effect of bringing you forward from this place where there's that dip in the back. So you don't want to be trying to achieve a flat back, because that's not how people are built. We're meant to have a bit of an S-shaped curve in our spines for shock impact. It's meant to be there, but it's not meant to be exaggerated, and it's not meant to be flattened out either. So we sit up on our sit bones and belly button to spine. That will take you forward from T12. Now, scapulae down, draw the scapulae down without arching your back. Keep your head in the right position. There you go. Beautiful. So now you've just had a little bit of a rest. Now let's just do a little bit more of that, and then we're going to go into some spirals. And then we have to do some leg and feet work because we haven't done that yet. Who's that? Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Oh, it didn't wave. Well, it doesn't keep the waves afterwards, unfortunately. I'd love it to keep the waves. You know, the wavy hand thing. No, let's see. Stuff. Stay 60. 60 times. 60. All right. We're just getting whatever comes next. So, the right leg's coming forward and the left shoulder. So you're just twisting the upper body, not moving the shoulder by itself. Keep your head to the front. Feel it in the lower back. Belly button to spine. In position. Open the shoulders even though you've got your arms crossed. How are you going with this one, Ellie? Just do it gently. Okay, that's enough of that, I think. Feet on the balls of your feet. Now, up onto the balls of your feet. Working those toes. Those toes can get very stiff. That can affect your underneath your feet. I don't like the back shots. Feeling it now? Shoulders rolling apart. Head position. Scapulae down. Belly button to spine. Must have been the Wicked Witch. It melted or something. All right, now let's just stretch out the legs. Just stretch out the backs of the legs. We'll turn now to do something to stretch out the hamstrings a little bit, which can tend to get a little bit neglected when you're sitting in a chair. And even for chair-based exercise, it's not as easy to do the hamstrings, but we can still do it. We can. So let's come around here and we're going to stretch out the leg at the back. Now watch your knee. Really watch your knee position because we don't want to strain it. I might actually get you to turn your knee out to the side. However, if this is not okay for you, just leave your knee parallel and a little bit bent. And that way you'll just be stretching out the hip flexors. All right, so we might just do that to start with. So just drop that down like that and take both arms in front. Careful you don't do this. Lift up, scapulae down, and feel that stretch there. All right, so we really haven't done the hamstrings yet, have we? We're just doing the hip flexors. So come up and we'll go around to the other side. So you've got the same position, drop that knee down, keep the leg parallel and arms there. So we're just doing a stretch before we do anything else. So scapulae down, don't lift the shoulders, and come back, other side. And just don't like the crunch shots. Can you feel that stretch there? Yep. We need hip extension. We do need that. We need flexion and we need extension. And when those two movements start to deteriorate, that's when people start to trip over. So we don't want that, do we? I mean, that's not likely for anybody that I'm seeing here, but you know, there'll be some people it could be likely for. So, yep, so watch that knee. We don't want to strain the knee. So keep it in a position where it's not strained. And drop the shoulders and allow them to fall apart. Draw the scapulae down, belly button to spine. Lift up. Don't crush the back. All right, now we're going to take the leg to the back and turn it out. Now put the foot flat on the ground. You might not be able to see my foot, but I've just got it flat on the ground like that. All right? So, flat on the ground. Put your hands on your hips. So it's a different stretch again. All right, now, with this position, you can reach through your heel into the ground and feel that bit of a stretch into the back of the leg there. All right, now the other one, might have to come back a bit. All right, and so we've got it turned out. Now, don't fall off your chairs. Please don't fall off your chairs. We've got the leg turned out. It's not really a great exercise for sitting on a chair because we're almost half off. Okay, so just stretch out, keep the legs straight, the knees facing the front in this one, the foot's on the ground. Now reach through that heel. All right, now what we'll do sitting up is we're going to reach through our heels and we take our leg out in front. This is actually an exercise for stretching the backs. I just spat then. Stretching the backs of the legs and coming through the heels and feeling. If you can do this and activate your hamstrings first, that's beautiful. That's how it should happen, but it's not that easy. It takes quite a lot of focus. So when you stretch out your leg in front, feel that the hamstrings activate, sort of grow bigger first, and then reach the stretch through your heel. We're just going to do that with some music. Oh, where are we up to? Barnyard Surprise. You're free to use this song in any of your videos. Now, I don't know why Facebook keeps muting me, partially muting me. Then I have to unpartially mute myself. I don't understand it. All right, stretch that heel out. Now, first thing that stretches is the hamstring. Reach through that heel. Just going to turn this down a bit. foot back. Lift up as you bring the foot back. Reach the foot out. Now, first thing that activates is the hamstring. Now reach through the heel, like you're feeling the heel being pulled away from you. Feel that hamstring. This is a good exercise to do lying on your tummies actually. If you're lying on the floor near the skirting board or something like that and you reach the heel towards it, lift up as you bring the leg in. Now activate the hamstring. Feel that stretch right through that heel. That's it. Lift up. Lift, 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 lift. And lift as you bring the knee in. Lift, lift. See, it's not just a leg in, is it? Hamstring. See if you can activate it. It's not easy actually. And now reach through the heel. Reach, lift up, lift up. Mine's not great, I can tell you. And lift back in. Now this one we're going to start off with the stretch, same stretch. And now point the foot. Nice long toes, don't curl them. And then as you're bringing the foot in, lift into it. And then the other one. Reach through the heel, but first thing to activate is the hamstring. And the more you do it, the more in tune, the more aware you become. Reach through the heel and then point the foot, toe on the ground, reach the toes, reach, lift up. So you're lifting up and over, you're up and over that leg, you're not leaning back. And then as you bring the leg in, you lift. Beautiful. All right, now we might lift some legs. We might do some leg kicks or something. Bit of can-can or something like that. Not actual can-can. You might want to though. The closest without going over. Ooh, sounds deep. Okay, this one you can hold onto your chair. Now we're going to swish the foot out, like we're sharpening a knife. So Ellie, you'll recognise this is Batmogete. And Ornella, you will recognise it too. Marie, I'm not sure if you know about this one. You might have seen it on another class. And who else is here? Suzanne. You might have seen it on another class as well. So it's like sharpening a knife. And when you get to that point, you stop. It doesn't go like this. It's right in exact position. You should feel that foot on the floor. Oh, I just nearly stubbed my toe on a bit of slate. Bit of a bump. It's a good one, isn't it? We're going to do it at about 45 degrees out to the side. Get ready? Kicking the computer there. Kicking the computer just about every time. You're very good, Gina. Now, let's take it to the back. We'll do it the way you would do it if you were doing tap. So, when we do to the back, we're not going right to the back, we're just doing it further from the center, so behind the center. So we might sit on the edge of the chair for this. This is quite good. I haven't done this one before like this. I love it when I just sort of come up with something. Pull that down. So it's like when you're doing tap, to the front you would do it here. To the side you would do it forward. And I'm not a tap expert. Grant Dale is. So Grant, if you see this and I need some refinement on the positioning, please feel free. But in my understanding, front is to the front, and then to the side is forward of the side, and then to the back is just a bit back further than the side. So it's not right behind you. Okay? So we're going to do this same exercise, that swishing exercise, the jeté exercise, just a bit further back as you would do in tap. Good, let's do it. I'll find Mr. T. And be careful of your hips on this. Okay, get yourself together, Gina. You can hold the chair actually. Try and keep square to the front. And watch, if it's hurting, don't do this. I can feel this. Oh, bit of a cramp. Other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I get a cramp. Stop if you get a cramp. One more. Oh, try the other side. That means I probably need it. Don't know about you. If it's hurting, don't keep doing, but you might be fine. Oop, do a bit more on this side. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's cramping on this side with me. If you point your toes and you get cramp underneath your foot, it just means you're not used to that movement. So you don't work through it. Oh, you don't work through the cramp. You stop if you've got a cramp. I probably kept going when I shouldn't have, but I did stop in between just to sort of give it some relief. Yeah, because you don't work through a cramp, you just stop. But you know that it's probably a good idea for you to start practicing that movement so your body gets used to it. Because it just means it's, you know, it's going, what are you doing? I'm not used to doing this. That's what it's saying. I know, it's told me. Oh, I'm puffed after that. All right, so what we will do now is the spirals. I forgot about the spirals.
Get a drum as a toy for Christmas.
No, we're not doing that.
Was one of the greatest innovators.
I don't want talking.
Did you know who had the right?
This is called Fantamacana. I like it. All right. Right, so we're just going to have our legs in a comfortable position for this one. Hips, spiral. Head's the last thing. Hips are the first thing to swivel. Whole body, upper body, head. Hips, upper, middle, upper, head. Hips, body, upper, head. Now, with the hands, as if you're pushing through water or sand. Take your arms here. Just about to finish now. I hope you're feeling warmer. Arms here. Now externally rotate the forearms. Hi Donna, how are you? And lift up the upper arms. Draw the scapulae down. Now open out the position without arching your back. So the upper arms are slightly forward of you, about 15 degrees forward of you. The forearms are actually externally rotated so that if your arms were resting on a tabletop, they could flatly rest on that tabletop. They wouldn't be like this. They wouldn't be like this. They'd be like that. Okay? Now, if you practice this position, feel this in your arms. It's really quite hard work. Draw the scapulae down. Shoulders falling apart. Keep opening the chest. We don't want this. We want it open across the chest. There's a lot going on with this. Belly button to spine. Draw the scapulae down. You can squeeze underneath your bottom to use your hip stabilizers. And down. Okay, well done. So, we'll have a little curtsy. And a bow. I'm sorry, you've come just at the end, Donna. We're going. I'll wave to you. And thank you for being here. It's been lovely to see some people I haven't seen for a while. Just really lovely. And I'll be back tomorrow for day 61, so I might see you then. See ya.